Hi everyone, this is Chris from ProfileBooth with another Boost Your Business Profile Business of the Month. This month we are talking to Director and Founder or Co-Founder of MORC Interiors, Chen. These guys are interior designers, one of Melbourne's premier interior design companies. We wanted to get these guys on board, wanted to talk to Keith today about what makes them tick, why they got into business, and around at the moment, obviously with the social distancing, we're keeping our distance today, and the COVID-19 crisis. I wanted to talk to Keith a little bit about what they're doing in this time, how they're pivoting as a business, and how they can help you with your rental property as well to give you a greater yield. So just to get started, Keith, I just wanted to hear a little bit about, well, how did you get started? What made you want to get into interior design? I understand your background is in engineering. So why the change? What made you want to get into interior design?
Yeah, so 4 or 5 years ago, I was in construction and I left that industry, and I really had a passion for property, and I really wanted to create, a dream home, whatever that would look like, And whilst I was working in property as a carpenter, I found out that there were these people who were finally getting keys to their new home, but when they open the doors to their new home, the expectation completely drops because the properties were completely empty. It looked smaller than they did in the initial artist impressions, and I just thought, maybe we can do something to really help them out. And a quick, easy solution was to really furnish a place with the right furniture, the right sizing. You plan a whole floor plan and everything, and very quickly people realized that we're not only saving them time and money, at the same time for investors to be getting a higher rental return as well. And that's how we grew it. That's how we started. So. What
is it about interior design that drives you? Is it around sort of helping people? Is it more than that? What gets you out of bed every morning?
Yeah, I think we just really love helping people the way we want to be helped. When I started this business, it was really, really tough on our own. It was myself and Michael, just us. But surrounding ourselves with the right people, especially when we started to do a lot of networking, we quickly realized that the impact of having the right people around you to help you do what you love.
Yep.
And networking is a big part of what I do, and I really carry that through my business by not just sharing what we do for their property, but what we do for them. So the whole part of sharing the marketing or rental strategy for their property is not really for the property, but it's really for the client to get a better return. So we partner with a lot of property managers, short stay operators, depending on the strategy, to be able to help them get the rental return of what they're expecting.
Yeah, so. That's excellent. And you've touched on networking and marketing. So that sort of leads me into the next question is, what are your tips? What would be your top 3 tips to help? There's a lot of people out there, particularly at the moment with COVID-19, and what would be your top 3 tips to get people to boost their business? What advice would you give?
Yeah, so definitely the top tip now would be just to communicate more online. If you can do that via networking online, I'm part of a networking group called BNI, and essentially it's a lot of like-minded business individuals who are meeting on a weekly basis via Zoom online, and we just talk about the type of clients that we're looking for. We ask for a referral or an introduction to these clients, and that way everyone's constantly helping each other out to grow each other's businesses. So definitely communicate and networking now online.
Yeah, so that's great advice, and you've been in business for 4 years now and you're doing really well. What would be the number one thing that you would tell people today to help them in business? Obviously we're in a struggle time, but there's some businesses that are really booming at the moment. What would be your top tip for businesses to help through this period of time and to come out the other end stronger?
Yeah, definitely. So It is a tough time now. We're definitely facing a lot of effects and impacts from the virus through all the projects that's happening. But one thing that we've definitely learned from a business coach called Wes Home is that you really have to see the long term. You have to have a long-term vision, and the next 3 to 6 months is definitely going to be tough. But what we've communicated to our team and to all our clients as well is that we're in it for the long term. Yeah. We are trying to see what's going to be like in 12 months' time. How can we survive now, or even in some cases do better for the next 6 to 12 months, so that we can come up stronger and tougher on the other side.
So it's about keeping that long-term vision, isn't it, for the business? So it's not just about what's happening now, because most businesses are in a similar position where it's tough and it's about surviving at the moment. If you can thrive, fantastic. But I think it's, to sum up what you're saying, it's looking at the 6 to 12 month plan. What can you be putting in place now? Yeah. And I would even suggest that one of the big things would be to contact your current clients and just to make that interaction with them, just to let them know that you're still there. And like you're doing with the free offering of the virtual tours, giving people something of value that can help them through, and that they'll remember you for at the end of this. Yeah. That your name and your business is going to come through this stronger, and hopefully your clients and customers are as well. So that's excellent. Yeah, that's really good.
And another tip to that as well is not just reaching out to clients, but really pairing yourself up with the right people, to surround yourself with people who share that same long-term vision, who can really help you and work together, collaborate together, so that you both can keep yourselves afloat and come out the other side stronger together. So
yeah, that's good. And it's about that positivity too, that positive mindset. Yeah. I think the more that we interact and network with each other, and like you're saying with BNI as one example, and there's lots of other networking groups out there, and they're all going online, or most of them are. So make sure that you're getting involved with networking groups. It doesn't have to be BNI, it can be any of them. Connect with people, because we've all got a common problem at the moment, and that in itself is bringing people together. Even though we have to be physically apart, it's actually bringing people closer together, because we're all sort of this ground zero, this common problem that we're facing worldwide. You get on the phone I've been speaking to people in the US and other overseas countries, and you immediately have something in common with them that you can discuss. Everyone's in their homes, everyone's having to work from home, their kids are at home, so the balance of all that is shifted. Yeah. If we can pull together our resources and our talents at this time, I think it's the perfect time for it, and I think we'll all come out stronger at the other end. So that's really good. Yeah, it's excellent. All right, well, I would shake your hand, Keith, if I could, but unfortunately we can't. So, and we're going to be wiping down all these surfaces once we leave, and washing our hands and not touching our faces and all that sort of stuff. But I just wanted to thank you very much, Keith, for being our Boost Your Business Profile Business of the Month for April. Would have been nice to be able to get out and about and show people what you do a bit more, but that's fine. I think people get a pretty good understanding of what you do. Obviously, this is not just a set for this interview. This is something that the MORC team have put together as well. So this gives you an example of the fine work that they do. So Keith from MORC Interiors, everyone. If you would like to be a ProfileBooth Boost Your Business Profile Business of the Month, where we will sit down and interview you like we have done with Keith, please get in touch. We'll put out our contact details in the comments section below, and we could, whether it be sitting 1.5 meters from each other or doing a Zoom interview, we'll work it out. So we'll speak again soon. And Keith, I'll leave the last word to you.
Yeah, definitely. So you can find us on social media, MORC Interiors, and our website is called morcinteriors.com.au. So check us out. We're putting content every day, just to really help during this COVID-19 crisis. As I mentioned before, we're communicating a lot online, and so definitely come and get in contact with us. We'd love to have a chat with you and see how we can help you. And yeah,
Cool.
stay home, stay safe.
That's it. Thanks, Keith. See you again soon.